Okay, so it's been a while since I did any videos. We're here at Mark's Cars in Wakanda, and it's at the alignment and body shop. And you can see that basically the whole front end is off. We did body and frame alignment to make sure everything is nice and straight. It is. And we're in the process of making a few repairs and getting it ready for body and paint. You can see the front fenders are off, bumpers are off. We're going to be redoing the wheel wells here, putting it back to the stock opening. Here's some of the parts. That's the Coronet 500 front fenders, and we're going to change it back to the 440 look, the way it came from the factory.
Now, this car had a 426. Does it come with 440 quote-unquote fenders? Is that how
It did. 440 was actually the line of the Coronet. Didn't have anything to do with the engine. A lot of people think that that's what the engine is, but yeah, this car came with the 426, and just not to be mistaken, it's not the 426 Hemi. It's actually a 426 Street Wedge, which is what makes this car so rare. And the emblems on this would have been Coronet 440, and in front it would have simply just said V8. So we're going to put it back to that.
I saw that on Uncle Tony's garage when he made the video on this car. He had mentioned the V8 quote-unquote fender.
Correct. Right. And looking at the rear here, you can see that the bumpers are off. What's really interesting is that the seals here are pretty much original. This car has not been disassembled before, and all the rubber on this is still soft, still in great condition. You can see, you got a little bit of rust here and there, but for the most part, underneath of this car is basically rust-free.
See the original blue color.
Yeah, the original blue. So we're making progress on it, and with all luck, we're going to have this probably at body and paint in the next couple weeks, and hopefully early spring have it back from paint. So you'll have to stand by to see the additional progress on it. In another video we showed that the interior is all taken out. And I gotta tell you, being from Chicago, these are the most rust-free floorboards I've ever seen from any car from this era in Chicago, taken apart, and basically no rust, no holes, very solid. So not much work to do in there other than rust prevention, clean up, and put it back together. Oh, by the way, this is John from Mark's Garage. He's doing a lot of the work. And then once we're done here, actually we skipped this step. When we leave here, it's going to go back to the mechanic shop, and the whole drivetrain, suspension, gas tank, springs, pretty much every single thing on the bottom of this car is going to be taken off. We're going to put it on, what is it, car scaffolds?
We got some U.S. car tool wheel down, as you can see on this buster here. We have a set here. We're going to do the same thing on this car. Basically strip the whole drivetrain out of the car, get it on dollies, and then it'll go to the body and paint shop.
We'll wheel it in the body and paint, and then while they're working on body and paint, we're going to be working on suspension, engine, trans, rear end, basically making sure everything is the way it came from the factory. Yep. And in like new condition. Two things major to note. Right now it's got a 383 in it. It was documented by the original owner that the original 426 was destroyed in a race with a 390 Mustang. My understanding is that it wasn't due to not letting off the gas. He already had the car beat, but my understanding is with the inland shifter and the alignment that had to be put into this with the 426, his hand would always hit the dashboard in the forward gears, and while he had his foot on the gas, did the typical, popped it in a neutral, over revved it, and had a problem with the motor, so he couldn't find a replacement motor, so they put a 383 in there and never got around to getting the 426 rebuilt, and then it got lost.
Well, if you want, when we get it back to original, I don't know if you want a rev limiter.
Yeah, right. And then also another story too is this car saw a slick corner in Chicago, and that's what caused a little bit of the wrinkling on the front, which, as John explained to you, and that's why it's here. We're just making sure that the thing's aligned perfectly and that we take care of any of the wrinkles that were in there from the original accident. So keep watching. We'll give you updates.